Yeah, it's your girl, Miss Mina,
And your guy Hippie G.
and you are now tuned into Cafe Talk Unfiltered Truth. Welcome to the cool
Welcome
table.
to the cool table.
So today's topic is a mystery.
hmm
We don't know what it is, but I'm gonna start with our quote for the day. Your success is determined by your ability to acknowledge your victories,
I like that. Your success is determined.
by your abilities to acknowledge your victories.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. I like that. I like that. We can simmer on that one right there. All right, Joe. Let's get into it, man. This what I want to know from y'all today, man. And don't be scared to get in the Q&A because I might ask some of y'all to hop in the box so I can get your opinion full face. Man, topic for today. Can a spouse who has cheated on another spouse still say they love their spouse? Do I gotta switch it up for y'all? Can a significant other who has cheated on their spouse still say that they love that person?
Uh, see, I would have to I'm pretty much about to be a hypocrite for real. 'Cause I had a
Talk
situation
to
where I
me.
cheated. I'm getting I had a situation where I cheated and I really did love that person, but I was pretty much going off of trying to prove myself to somebody else. So it was like, yeah, but on a retrospect, I don't feel like you really love a person if you if you cheat on them. So, like I said, I kind of feel like a hypocrite on that. So
Mm,
I don't know. That's kind of
damn. Yo, Trey
oh, I'm
said, yo, my man Trey said I was engaged and she cheated on me and I took my ring back.
I mean, yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like if you really love a person, why would you go behind their back and cheat on them instead of just telling them that you don't want to be with them no more, instead of trying to have your cake and eat it too.
So you wouldn't try to like work it out? You wouldn't try to give that person a second chance like say if they cheated like one time.
Past me, yes. Past me, yes.
All right.
Because I'm looking at it from when I did it. So, but me looking back on the situation, I'm like, no. And he had every right to feel the way he felt because I shouldn't have did that shit. Period.
All
If
right.
I
Say
felt
say
like
if you
if I felt like I wanted to close that door, I should have let him know, like, look, I'm feeling some type of way about somebody right now and I need to close this door before I keep moving on with
mm,
this. But I
all
didn't
right,
do that.
but say put yourself in the you who cheated and not being cheated on. The you who cheated. Would you try to get a second chance?
I did try to get
And
a
do you think you will
second
be
chance.
able
That's
to
why I said,
sustain that second chance?
yeah. So I did
All
try to get
right.
a second chance, and that it did not. It did not work out that way.
It's going crazy in here, yo. Who want to give me who want to come in here and give me their opinion on that, man? The
Y'all definitely
topic
are welcome.
is, do you feel like a person who has cheated on their significant other, can they still be in love with that person? Do you think they love that person still? Can they say that they still love that person after cheating?
I feel like they can say it, but it's up to the other person to believe it because I said it and I meant it, but I don't feel like he believed that I did it. And honestly, I don't blame him.
My man Trey said, my ex wanted a second chance, but we was really F buddies after that. So
Mm.
I guess yeah, he was like, yeah, I ain't giving her no second chance.
Yep. And that's what I was about to say too. It ended up we ended up getting back together, but I feel like he got back with me out of revenge.
Hmm. That's yeah. My man Jeffrey said, love doesn't look for its own intentions. It's not selfish. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Very much so. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Yo, somebody join us in the box, man. Cause I actually want to hear from all of y'all, yo. I want to hear from all of y'all, man. Cause I got more questions, but I just wanna see what their opinions are like, man. Miss Missy is in the house. This is one of them topics everybody gets the. I'm basically trying to pick y'all brains, yo. I'm basically trying to pick y'all brains, yo. See, my host up here, she's like double. She's a double-edged sword with it. You know, the past her is like, yeah. Then the her now is like, she don't give a fuck about none of that shit. What do you think makes another person want to cheat on their spouse? Like
I
if you
feel like
got
it's up.
something good, why would you want to? Missy said being selfish.
Hold on, Missy, I'm adding you in. So I think it is um
Hey guys,
hi
What's up, fly
Missy.
ass Missy? What's up?
I look a
What's
little
up?
rough. Don't look at me too much. I look rough.
It's
It's
alright.
cool.
It's
Had a
alright.
long day.
So look, real quick, cause we done cut Mina off. Should be alright. Should be alright. But do you think that person really loves that person if they cheated on them? Like, is it still love there? Like, did they have any love for that person if they cheated?
Hell no. No, I mean it's selfish.
It's like
It's
wanting to have your cake and eat it too.
yeah, like it's completely selfish. It's completely not giving that person the opportunity to just do something other than them if they don't want to be with them.
Right.
Like, how selfish are you to say, "Oh, I'm gonna just keep you over here. I'm gonna put you on." It's like a bookshelf. It's like I'm gonna put you on the bookshelf. I know you're a good read, but I'm gonna go and pick up this other book and entertain it for a little bit. But I'm gonna still keep you here. And
I'm gonna come back and read you later.
when I want that intellectual read because I know it's a lot of good in that book, and I know it's very fundamental to my mental, but I want to go over here and read the comic section for a little bit, play around, and do a little,
That's a nice
you
analogy.
know, yeah. But then, when the chips are down and I need something to refer back to, I want to go pick up that book again, and I expect that book to still be there when I need it to be. I don't want it to fall off the
Oh.
shelf. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to
Right.
collect dust, but
Right.
I want
Yeah.
it
I
to
feel
still
like
be there at my leisure, at my disposal.
But would you
yeah.
yourself, would you yourself, you say if you, not saying you have, but say if you was on the same thing I asked her, if you was the one that cheated, would you try to get a second chance? Would you
Well,
want that second chance?
I have never cheated on anyone. As bad as people have treated me, I am
That ain't that. Look,
that
that
I
ain't what
am
I
rare.
asked you. That ain't what
I,
I
I I
asked
have
you.
never cheated on anybody though, so I
I
don't know how
know.
to answer that. Have
I
I have I been mad enough to say I like Keisha Cole said I should have cheated? Yeah, because I should have known my worth long enough to not even deal with that person anymore, or I shouldn't have gave that person that type of energy to even be in my space, knowing that they weren't even worthy
Right.
to hold that. Um,
so you definitely don't think a second chance is
I
possible, or
have
you wouldn't
given
even
now.
try to work it out.
I have been the dummy in relationships. I'm gonna be as
That's not
vulnerable as I
necessarily
can
being a
be.
dummy though. I don't think
No, I was.
it's
When I
being
look
good
back,
hearted.
I'm very good hearted. But I was a dummy. I was a dummy. I was a dummy for love, man, because I was into it for the potential of what I thought I could see because of, I saw the best in people, even when they didn't see it for themselves. And even when they did dumb stuff, I still saw where they could potentially
Truly that. Yeah.
believe the way I believe because I felt like I poured into them what I wanted, you know what I'm saying, what I wanted them to see for themselves. And with the selfish nature of them trying to whether it was like just being deceitful because they've been deceived, or I'm gonna get back at life because life ain't gave me nothing, so I don't owe nobody else nothing, you know. But what I will say in all of that too, in any situation I've been in a relationship, I've always let that person know towards the end or whatever, I see that you don't love yourself. So
Mm.
I love me more to be out of this situation because
Hmm.
I know that you can't love me the way that I want to be loved because you don't love yourself.
Right. Agree.
I
Very
like that.
much.
I like
Very
that.
much
I
so.
like that. So it's definitely a no for you. Ain't no second
It's
chance. Like ain't no
no,
working it out. And this is after one time of cheating. I ain't even go into the multiple
no,
cases.
absolutely
Mm-mm.
not because I
And
feel
because most
like,
of the time,
well, and then I'm that person. I'm tell you I'm different. I'm different. That's why I got in this box. I'm different because women's intuition tells us what we want
Well,
to know, even when we don't want to know. And if I present that box to you to for you to have an out where I feel like you're not giving me what you're supposed to give me, and then
yeah.
I give you that safe space to say, hey, this ain't working out. And then you still cheat on me after that safe space, then
hmm
I really am not giving you a second chance.
I can
I
understand that.
really,
That's
Yeah.
and that,
that's actually a good.
and that's why I don't give second chances, because if I gave you the
Right.
box and I gave you the out and I gave you the platform to say, hey, yo, this ain't working out. This wasn't what I thought it was, because I've asked the questions. I've pretty much laid the foundation that I kind of know that things aren't the way they used to be. And then you
Yeah.
still want to try your best to try to sneak around on me. And then I find out one way or the other, you're done. You're
Yeah,
done.
Yeah,
I could see that too.
my man Trey gave me a good question to ask too, yo. Cause he said, once you cheat, you're gonna do it again. Do you think
I
that's
don't
true?
feel
Like
like that's
once a cheater,
necessarily true.
always a cheater?
No,
I
because
feel like I. Oh, go ahead, Mina.
I don't think so because I feel like if you cheat, you're not necessarily going to do it again. Now, don't get me wrong, there are people that do cheat most of the time, but I feel like if it was like a mistake or like it was something unexpected, like you wasn't even expecting something like that to even happen,
Like
and
one of them
you
situations out
express
of the
it to
blue
the
moon.
and you express it to your partner, and it's like that open door, like you said, is either you're going to take me back or you're not. Now it's up to that person to be like, okay, I'm gonna take you back, and it's up to the other person to actually do what they're. If you asking for a second chance, then it should be no reason why you're going to go out and do it again. Not saying that there aren't people that do. So I don't feel like it's once a cheater always a cheater because yes I did I cheated on my first, but in other relationships I didn't. I was
Hold on. I
faithful.
gotta come back out. I'll come right back.
So
All right, my man Phil Moore said 2020. Phil Moore's 2020 said you you never make a mistake and cheat.
so you feel like it's intentional.
Oh no,
It's
he
not
gotta
always intentional. Sometimes things
invite him
happen
in.
unexpectedly. Sometimes things happen unexpectedly.
My bad, my bad. Invite him.
Things happen unexpectedly.
Yeah, invite him
No,
in.
this is why I feel like once a cheater is not always a cheater. And then I got the devil's advocate side about that as well. Like what Mina said, like because some people don't always have that intention to cheat. Certain situations allow them. However, again with the selfish nature, it's if you're into the game plan type situation where you're just trying to see how far you can go with it and you're just trying to see how far you can get away with stuff. Some people are risk takers. Some people
Hmm.
are just in it for the game to see how far they can go with and it's not even about intentions, it's not even about love, it's not even about the other person. It's solely about their selfish gain.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I
Right.
got
So
my
if,
man. Hold on. I got my man because you gonna run me up. You gonna run me up. I
oh
got my
sorry,
man
sorry.
2020 in here. Why do you feel like once a cheater, always a cheater? Like
Well, I don't.
you would never make a mistake. My bad. That was your comment.
Yeah. Well, good evening, everybody.
Good
Nice to
What's
evening.
meet you
Thank
all.
up?
you for coming.
I don't consider cheating as a mistake because it's a choice, right? It's a choice that you make to do. It's a choice. Cheating starts in the mind,
Sure
uh,
does.
and then the body follows. And so the premeditation of it has already started. And so if you feel that if you're premeditating on this thing is cheating, then it can be, you can stop it there, right?
True.
I can agree. I can
but
agree with
but
that.
to continue with the act of it, it's a choice, a conscientious choice that one makes. Now, once they make that choice, can they consider it a mistake? Yes. Right. That's just my two cents
Hmm.
about it. But then you have to define, what are we speaking of? Are we speaking of a man and a woman in a relationship and one dips out, or are we speaking of a husband and wife and then there's infidelity? Because some people think, okay, truth
I
be
feel
told,
overall,
go
uh,
ahead.
um, I feel overall, whether you're married or you're just in a regular relationship, is infidelity regardless. And I do agree with you that it does start in the mind because, like I said, when I cheated, it was me trying to prove myself to somebody else. So it was a mind thing for me. Like I was trying to prove a point,
Right.
and I didn't at that time. I didn't realize that I didn't have to prove a point. I was young. I was a teenager, so it was like, you know, didn't really have much experience in the relationship realm. So
Right.
it was just I need to prove a point. You're trying to tell me one thing, and I'm telling you that's not the case because you're actually jealous of the relationship that I have because you didn't get what you wanted out of the relationship prior to me getting into this new relationship. So that's what initiated my cheating. Because for me, like you said, it was a mind thing. It was me trying to prove to myself and this person that you're wrong.
But
And
if you were out of the
I would have
relationship, how was that cheating?
no, I cheated on the person I was with
Oh,
an ex.
oh,
So
oh,
she's
Oh, so
coming from
you double back.
she's in the
Okay.
other shoes.
Yeah,
oh.
She's
I
in
double back.
the
So you cheated
she's
and double
taking
back.
a yeah, she's on the other side of
Yeah,
the fence with it.
Well,
Damn.
having said that,
Okay.
then there had to be some emotional ties still there.
Not
I
if
So do
guess
you
she.
think hey Mo
It
in
no. Like I
2020,
said,
do you
I
I
think
think
was
they
she
with
probably
deserve a
just knew
second
who she
chance?
could. I think she just probably knew who she could get with, and it was
yeah,
safe,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
And
it was
it
familiar.
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't even. It wasn't even that it
Hmm.
was familiar. It was me trying to prove a point to that person, to my ex, because he felt some type of way. Like to
So basically like
let me
get
get you.
back.
Okay, we're going to do a quick story time. So what happened was
All right.
I was with this person before I lost my virginity. I was with this person, and he was trying to pressure me into having sex when I wasn't ready to have sex at that point. I got with this new person, and we were together for a long period of time, probably like 2, 3 years. This person found out about me losing my virginity to this person and felt some type of way and was trying to manipulate me and say you were scared, that's why you didn't want to da, da, da. And I'm like, no, that had nothing to do with it. I was not scared. It was just that
It was your choice.
you
That's what you
kept,
wanted to
yeah,
do.
you kept bringing it up and I wasn't ready to do it at that time. This person
Hmm.
never brought it up or ever said or mentioned anything about it, so I felt comfortable with him to do so. So, like I said, to prove a point, I double back to prove a point.
That's what I'm saying. You felt comfortable
So,
enough because you already knew where his head was at with it. So yeah,
right.
So, yo, after you said that, it got me wondering, yo, why do most people who do cheat on their spouse decide to stay with them? Like, cause you was more comfortable with the other person, so why not choose to be with the other person? Do you think you would have been faithful to the other person?
like I said, it's like the book theory
Oh,
of the shelf. I
so
mean, it, I feel like it's you feel like you're missing out on something, or you feel like you might be missing something out of one book, so you go to another book to try to fill those
fulfill it.
pages. Yeah, and so you feel like whatever you're missing, you go to the other book for, but you try to still keep that one on the shelf because it still got some good fundamental properties. I don't know, like, it's a good read. The spine of the book is still good. It's still
Yeah.
intact. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
So
then,
it's like
but
you're
then,
ace in the hole, if you will.
yeah, like
You, you
without a shadow of a doubt, like my ex, he hadn't necessarily confirmed or denied that he cheated on me, but at some point, I know he's cheated on me. Okay, he knew that I was a good mother to my children. I could hold down a household. I was very secure with who I was. but he wasn't mentally in the capacity to be what I needed him to be. So he tried to mentally abuse me and try to make me feel less than what he was. But then he tried to find other people out there that try to match whatever fly it was that he was trying to overcompensate for. And it wasn't working for me. So I had to evict him emotionally, physically, and spiritually out of my life because it wasn't bringing me the peace that I needed. But
Right.
All right.
he knew, but like for real, he admitted to me to my face that he knew I was a queen. He knew that I was worth everything that he tried to tear me down for.
Right.
But he knew that he wasn't the man that I deserved to have. But then he still wanted to hold on to me.
Hey,
Well, did
That
you? How did you feel, or when did you know that he wasn't the man for you?
I knew the whole time. It was more that whole situation was when I say I was dumb. I
Yeah,
was I was dumb in that situation. Like I could have left that situation a long time ago, but I wasn't doing it for the kids because I loved the dynamic of us. I saw a greater need of stability for his child because between the mother and his child, I mean and him, there was no stability there. So I was trying to be what I needed to be for her, and in essence, I wasn't I wasn't also considering my kids to a point. So I had to be less selfish to that situation and more selfish to my situation and really put my foot down and show my kids who I really, really was and not who I said I was. And I had to give her back to her mom and let them duke it out. But yeah, I stayed in longer
yeah.
than I should have.
So you were
okay.
caught in a catch-22 type situation to where you're trying to
That's
please
what it
both sides.
sounded like, yo. That's what it
You're trying to
sounded
please
like.
all sides, and
hmm
And
you
then
were
I
not you.
wasn't getting
Yeah.
fulfilled. And I was
Yeah,
not getting fulfilled. And I was starting and trying and finding myself losing myself.
and
But the
animosity.
minute that I gave that little girl back and it killed me to my soul, but I
Yeah,
had to put my foot down when I said I love myself, but I didn't love myself as much as I should have to allow a lot of things that I allowed. But then the more I started loving myself, the less I started accepting. The
Right.
less I started
All right,
accepting
one
and
quick
and
one quick second. My girl T she just asked what was the topic? The topic is, do you feel like a person who has cheated on their significant other can still say they love them? That's the simplest
oh,
I
so
said that joint all
that's the
night.
initial question. Okay.
Yeah, that's the initial question,
oh, so
y'all.
we done went off topic. My bad.
Oh, cause I've been asking other questions too, relating to
Yeah.
it,
Yeah,
and y'all been saying some good stuff, so it's like it got me wondering about some other stuff. It's still revolving around it though.
Yeah.
It's still
yeah,
revolving around
Well,
it.
my short answer is yes. You can love a person and, like you all say, make a conscious mistake,
yeah.
or do something to try to prove a point, and you realize the point really wasn't proven. Because we're young and dumb, Well, we're back, I guess, when she said she could all that, but old folk do the same thing. I thought it stopped at
I'm about
50,
to
but
say it ain't just
Yeah.
young.
the game
Right.
Nah,
the game doesn't stop.
it's a
Uh,
universal thing with the
it's a
age,
universal
man. It's a
thing, my brother.
All
universal thing with the
universe.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chi
love.
Oh yeah, y'all feel free to send them requests in to hop in the box,
Yeah, and
man.
let
Cause
me
I
know.
want to
I'll
hear
drop
from
out of
all
the
y'all,
box.
yo. I want to hear from all y'all, man.
Yes. Whoever wants to come back in, I appreciate both of you guys for coming in and
All right.
saying your
Yes.
piece.
Yes.
Make sure that you follow everybody that's in the box if you're not already. If you're just coming in, you know,
Yeah,
feel free.
but hold on, Moss. Before you leave, man, you gotta let me, cause you've been living longer than me, man. You done had
I'm
some
just 49.
adventures.
I'm just 49.
Oh well, yes. You still got a few more years than I have. So I want to
All
know:
right.
have you
All
ever
right.
been on that other side of the fence where you was the one
That
looking
was
for a
good,
second
hippie.
chance?
Ask one more time.
Have you ever been on that other side of the fence where you was the one looking for a second chance? Like at
So
any
are you
point
saying
in
have
your
I?
time of living, have you been the
Yeah.
cheater who can say that they still love that person and try to get a second chance?
And got caught?
I mean,
I
whether you
never.
got caught or
Period,
not,
sir.
like, yeah,
I
like,
Period,
never.
sir.
have you tried, to be like, hey, look, I still love you, whether you got caught or not. Like, could
Yeah.
you say, like, yo, this is the person I want to be with. I know I've cheated, but this is the person for me.
I never cheated on anyone that I loved or any relationship that I was in, but I made other mistakes. No,
All
I made
right.
other mistakes that brought the same result.
Okay.
Mm,
Right.
I,
And
I got a
so,
question.
so there have been times where, yes, I've known, man, I done effed up, have mercy, forgive me, and all the above. Sure. All of that. Um, and sometimes love doesn't mean you're perfect. Love means that you have a connection with a person,
mm,
right? It doesn't mean you're perfect. It means that you have that tie.
Mhm.
You have a tie with the person. So yes, I've made plenty of mistakes and had to ask for plenty of mercy and forgiveness. Some was granted, some wasn't.
mm. You ever been the
Okay.
forgiver though?
Okay.
Have ever, sir?
Have you ever been the forgiver?
Oh yeah. I knew early on. I was married for 8 years.
Mm.
I knew early on when my ex was stepping out. A man knows.
It's
Um,
like that woman intuition
we have it.
my
We
girl
have it
was
Mm.
too.
over here talking about, huh?
We actually have it too.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: humans are creatures of habit.
Hmm.
Believe it or not, you do the same thing when you come home every day. When you wake up, you typically do the same thing. We are creatures of habit. And so when that habit changes, that means an outside force has come in to change it.
Mm. It's the way you do business for me, my
It's
guy.
the way you,
It's the
yeah,
way you do business.
yeah,
That's what
Listen.
I'm talking
yeah,
about.
Okay, so
yeah.
we talking about the cheating that we know that we got caught
Now,
in.
see, you
Can
still
we
want to
talk
talk about
about the cheating that we didn't get caught in? Because you brought that up. And that's a
we can
good
talk
I
about
mean,
it.
I
thing.
mean, we're talking about that too. It's not just getting caught. Like, basically, it's
But
like the
my
question
question,
says: can the
my
person who cheated still say they love their significant other? Can you still say you love that person, whether you got caught or
Yeah,
not? Can you
you
can you
can.
still say you love that person? Like, is that
Yeah, because
are you
I
still like
still loved
able to
my
love that
first.
person?
I was
Right.
still in love with him. I still loved him and everything, but I did some fucked up shit. So it was like, I get it, but
oh, okay, that question. Well, yeah, because I still love the guy that passed away to the day he died, and probably after he died. But he was still a friend of mine. But I didn't double back. I love myself enough not to double back. And it was hard to say no because of how I loved him. But I knew that he wasn't going to treat me right because even until the day he died, even to the woman that he lived with, he was still cheating on her. She was one of the people that he cheated on me with. So, and when he did present himself to me at the time that he did to be with me, I told him, no matter how much I love you, I could never do to her what y'all did to me.
Mm.
right.
All right, all right.
I
Well,
agreed.
look, I appreciate y'all being in the box and giving
I'm
y'all
out.
opinion. You know, thank y'all for stopping by. I wanna pick some other people' brains, y'all, because I know a
Yes.
lot of y'all got a lot to say, man. Come talk to me.
Yes, come sit on the porch with us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
'Cause look, I got.
I don't.
I ain't know that about you, Mina. I honestly, I thought you was gonna be the one on the other side of the fence. Like, yo, like, no, I don't want to get
Nah,
no love. They can't get a second chance. Whole time, you the one that need a second.
yeah, that part.
Like, so
Yeah,
that
I've been on
that
that
was a
side of the fence.
surprise for me, man.
Yeah, I've been
That
on
was
that
a
side of the fence.
surprise for me, man. Hey
Oh, gee.
Trey, you're able to get in the box, man. Send that request. Come sit at the cool table with us for a minute, man. Let me pick your brain, honey. I see you in here. Thanks for all the gifts. Who was that other person? Nini.
I miss somebody.
I think it was Pinch.
Oh, Pinchy.
Yeah. Y'all able to come in here, man? Talk with me. Give me your opinion, man. I want to hear, cause I done heard Missy. I done heard Nini, Moss. It's like I'm learning a lot today, man. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot today. I done took over the cool table, man.
That he has.
I done
Make sure
took
that
over the
y'all.
cool table.
I'm going to stay in the comments. I'm shy. Okay, Trey.
Oh man, not the shower, man.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah, 'cause that
Thank
was
you,
good, Joe.
Missy. We love you too.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.
You know, this is
S-
unfiltered truth. We speak the truth at all
Yeah.
costs, whatever that may be. Because we don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
You in that sand. But look, do you
What else you got
think
for us, Hippie?
do you think you'll ever go down that road again? Like say
What you
if you
mean?
you found somebody, like say if you found somebody, right? But there's still like there's this other person cuz there's always going to be other people that's better than who you got, but not better. The only reason they're not better is because, you love that person, flaws and all. But there's just this one charming person who's like, "Oh, you can't even be around that person without getting like butterflies and stuff." Like, are you
See,
able to
that's,
sustain yourself?
but that goes back to what I said. Like, if I feel like that about somebody else and I'm with somebody,
Yeah.
the new me would be on some, look, I, I'm liking somebody right now. I feel some type of way, this, that, and the third. I don't think that this is going to work because right now I'm big single, so I really have no loyalty to nobody. So,
Mm.
but if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I'm in a relationship with somebody. I'm going to try to make it work. Like that's where I'm at now. Like I'm not. If anything, I'm gonna let you know. Like this not working, rather than try to string you along and talk to you and somebody else.
So that's where like honesty comes in.
Right.
Yeah. Can you say that most people in relationships are like 100% loyal? Like is loyalty always 100% in relationships?
I feel like that's something that needs to be normal. I feel like we need to push that to be normal, to be vulnerable to your partner. If you're really trying to build something with somebody, um, I feel like you should be able to be completely honest. And if you can't, then it's like, why are you even trying to make this a thing? We do have a
And see,
guest
when
in a
I say
box.
that, oh, let them in, let them in. But when I say that, I ain't just talking about being honest, like being trustworthy too. Like
Yeah.
able to trust that person. Like
Yeah,
Not just that
it
person
should
being
be.
honest, like able to. And I know that kind of sounds like the same thing, but it's not.
I feel like you
Can
should
I
be able to be
trust you?
completely honest.
Oh, what's up, y'all?
What's going on,
What's
honey?
up, honey? Do
Welcome
you
to
know
the
the
cool
topic?
tape.
Do I gotta
What's
repeat the
up?
topic for you?
You say you finna pick a topic for me?
No, no, I said, do I gotta repeat the topic for you? Like,
Oh no, I know the
do you
topic.
know the topic?
Yeah, I know
Not
the
the roll
topic.
of the eyes.
Huh?
So, do you feel like they
Not the roll
still
of the
love that
eyes. Like,
person? So,
I
do
feel
you feel
like
like they still love that person?
love, love is the reason that people can cheat without cheating. Let me explain.
All right.
So by you still being in love with somebody, you cheating on them because you taking the love that you got for somebody and attempting to give it to somebody else. Because you not out of love with this person, so you just taking your feelings that you got for this person and trying to put them on somebody else, and that shit don't be working.
I'm glad you said that, yo. You're
I,
the
I,
only
I
one
know
that
exactly
really
where she's
got
coming
it.
from.
Cause I won't just talking about sexual cheating. I'm talking about all forms of cheating. And she's
Right.
the only one that really got it. Like, yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that.
For real.
I agree with that because
Man,
that
yo.
goes. Yeah, because if you are in love with somebody and you trying to force your love, well, trying to distract, because it's like trying to distract yourself. Like, I know I'm in love with you, but it's something missing from this relationship, and I'm trying to make it work with somebody else
Mm,
when I should be trying to making it work with this person. But if it's not working, then the honest thing to do is to try to break it off with them. That's just
mm.
my opinion.
All right, say if it's just something as simple as, all right, you know the workplace is different. You got your spouse at home, you love your girl or your man. But you still got people at your job that you do little
Oh,
flirting
I
stuff
always
with.
have a
Not
work
saying
husband.
you're never gonna be with them, but but you still got people at the job. Oh, hey boo, or
Yeah,
what's
I
up,
always have a work
girl?
husband.
People
But
are
see,
human, and that get
yeah,
real too.
I've always had a work husband. I can't even lie. I've always had a work husband. It even got to the point like when like with my ex, my recent ex, like we was working at the same job, but I got him a job at my job. But I already had something established at work. Like I had certain people that would buy me my lunch, you know, certain shit. So I had to let him know, like, look, this is work, okay? This is just business. It's not nothing more than what it is. I got certain people that come here and buy me lunch. Do not they you see we leaving together, they see we leaving together. It's no need for us to,
Mm.
we went outside and had our little lunch together and stuff like that. But I I need you to know, like, don't mess this up. Like this is work. There's no need for you to be upset about
Don't
this.
give me all the fundamentals of a girlfriend, and you telling me I can't see you outside.
Oh man, my man Phil said that's cheating.
That's not
It's
cheating.
still
That's not
cheating.
cheating. It's not cheating if your spouse know about it, it's not cheating. And technically speaking, I wasn't dating this person. It was just in that particular person knew that I had a boyfriend. They just didn't know that my boyfriend was at the job with me.
People be knowing though. It ain't the fact that people be knowing. It's just the understanding that people gonna continue to
Oh yeah, that
understand that
too.
that ain't happening,
Right.
and
That
people don't
too.
be doing
All right.
that.
Yeah.
It don't be working like that.
Yeah.
I was about to say you say that's not cheating. My man say it is cheating.
That's not cheating.
Just because they know
Shit.
it's not cheating if they know.
That's not cheating. No, it's not
It's
cheating if
definitely
they know.
cheating.
It's not cheating.
It's definitely
What you
cheating.
say, honey?
Think
It's
cheating the only
definitely
mean
true.
is
Why you
lying
feel that?
about it? Cheating don't
But
just
I
mean
buy
lying
my
about it. You giving
but I
you
buy my
giving
own lunch.
emotions you should just give to me to somebody else.
No,
Hey, for
but
everybody that joined in, my bad, my bad. For everybody that just joined in, the topic today is: do you feel like a person who has cheated on their spouse still love their spouse? The question we asking right now, though, if you if the person knows you got a work husband or wife, is it still cheating?
no, because that's just at
Like the
work.
little flirting at work,
Why we gotta use terms like husband or wife? Like,
Yeah.
or
I mean,
girlfriend or boyfriend. That was
no,
just what
use
was
the
in my
terms y'all
head.
be using, husband and wife. And no,
yeah,
that's
that's
no, because y'all be having all
that's a
little
work
work
husband.
wife that bring y'all lunch and stuff. Like, this was the same lunch that husband at home probably eating last night. And you done sit up here and done brought this
Or
Mm,
lunch
boyfriend
to
at
another
home.
man. Like,
mm-mm.
and
No, see,
you ain't no
mm-mm.
way. It's a difference between knowing, but y'all don't tell little details like that. Little details like that, it'll take a person off. And you like, wait a minute. So that
Like
little
you.
bit that was left, I really could have ate that. But you taking it to somebody else? Like you taking it to your work
No, no,
husband?
see, now see, I didn't say they bring me lunch. I said they buy me lunch is a difference. So while we
Nah,
at
it's
work,
not.
you
That's
buy me
true.
lunch.
That ain't no difference. They taking fun out of my household. What?
So, hi. But I don't know if this person
Jackson, this
had
ain't for
a
you. This
significant
conversation
other or
ain't for
not.
you.
But as far as I'm concerned, they didn't. So it was different.
All right, my girl, as Cole like to call it, DJ Miss Sassy. She done changed her name, Lil Queen. She said if you are with someone and you flirt with somebody else, then you should just stay single.
Mm.
Y'all feel that's a
I
true
mean, yeah,
statement?
that is a true statement.
But it's
That is a
not
true
cheating
statement.
if somebody, buying you lunch and stuff and you got a whole work husband. Then you should just stay single, right?
I don't know what to say to that. I always got a work husband.
I just want to know.
I always have a work husband. I
So
don't
what you be doing for your work husband? What kind of privilege they get?
conversation. That's it. I just give you conversation while we at work. That's
I
it.
wouldn't sign
Lord.
up for that.
And this is the funny thing because in this particular situation, it was like I said, me and my boyfriend both worked at the same space, so we would still go outside together for lunch and smoke and stuff, and still eat lunch together. But I still had certain people that would still buy me lunch and pay for certain shit, and that was just it. That's
um,
just what it
I
was.
think I'm about to be like Moss, yo. Moss 2020, yo. That man's intuition. that, that male's intuition. Like, yo, he said people have habits. Day-to-day habits, yo.
Hey,
that
Tracks, thank you for
conversation
coming
from
through.
serious though. Why y'all just think y'all give people a little conversation? That conversation get real.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
can. It can because it becomes like an outlet for them, and that's becoming emotional bound. So I do agree that sometimes it can become more than what it should be, but in my situation, that's not the case.
All
It
right.
never
On your end,
extends past. Yeah, in my case, my
see, that's
case.
the messed up part. It ain't never mutual.
No, it's
Yeah.
never.
Mm-mm.
You believe in second
But
chances,
then
honey? From the
sometimes
original topic.
people catch feelings and then you have to let them know what it is. Like this is not that. So you know.
But they already
You
knew
see
that.
now you
They
but
knew that.
yeah,
They knew
you
it
about to
already.
make me switch up now.
No, they
But
know, but sometimes people still catch feelings. You can still catch feelings and
So at
know
that
that.
point, you let go, right? No, y'all
Yep,
don't. Don't say don't. No, you don't. You
two
don't.
in the box.
You never let go. You never let go. You just think a person just supposed to stay in their place and keep going about your life. No, it don't never work that way. What they said back then was how they felt. You don't always be like that.
Ooh,
and
what a
why do you
topic.
think people do that?
What,
This is a
catch
question
Huh?
feelings?
for Honey. Why do you think not just catch feelings? Why do you think people put that person? Because you initially have to put that person in a position to catch feelings. That person just doesn't catch feelings. That person might look at you and be like, "Dang, she bad," da da da, but they'll never really initiate anything without getting that okay. Whether it's you
I don't think
saying
that's true.
okay or you acting okay. How do
I
you
don't
feel
think
about
that's
that?
true. I think sometimes people catch feelings even after knowing that it's not going to go any further than what you say.
Hmm. So
Sometimes
you don't think a person can make it seem
I
like, because
do. I
again, remind
Yeah,
you, I said not just off of what you say, but actions too. So it's not
yeah.
just wordplay,
Sometimes
it's
people do
actions
give
too.
off certain actions or like segues, and sometimes it could be misinterpreted, and sometimes it's really what that person is thinking, but that other person is in denial and don't want to admit that they're giving more energy to the situation than they let on. So that goes back to like stringing the person along. Like at that point, you're stringing the person along because you personally know that you don't want this to go any further, but you still leading this person to believe that it can go further than what it's going. Like what Missy said, like you got this book. Like I know I could have these types of conversations with this person, and I don't want to let this go because I could have these types of conversations. It becomes an
So you
intellectual
just
thing.
keep it on the shelf.
So right, and I can always go back.
So
But
isn't that like a
But
form of being
in the
real
controlling
middle,
though?
this
feelings.
person is becoming more and more in tune with you because you guys are talking about so much stuff, or you're giving them that side of you that they feel like I want to be more connected to this person. So they're still trying to pursue you, but it's like I don't want that, and I already said that I don't want that, but I keep going back because I know I can have these types of conversations with you, and I can't with whoever it is that I'm with, which sucks, but it
Yeah.
happens.
Sassy said people can catch feelings and still not say anything for fear of rejection. What
So
you was
just
True.
like
about to
I was
say,
gonna
honey?
say, real feelings are not controllable. How you react off those feelings are. So I
Mm-hmm.
can say, if I just told you how I felt, and you tell me how you felt, I'm gonna react off how you feel. I'm gonna just be like, okay, cool. I just cool it out. But whole time, you know what's up because I told you.
Mm-hmm.
I told you.
Mm.
But I'm just chilling out because that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But
And I
you
think
don't still stay there to be stringing a person along.
I do see that as stringing the person along. That's still stringing the person along because you already know how they feel, and instead of leaving them alone, you still talking to them and giving them that part of you when you know they want more, but it's like putting somebody in the friend zone and they don't want to be in the friend zone, but you keep talking to them and making them feel like they can actually change it to be something else. Like, no, no, this is not that.
and that kind of goes back to like the topic itself. Like that person who cheated still feeling like they're in love with the other person. So I want to change that up a little bit. Do you think it can be like, cause at first Moss, Trey, and Missy, y'all all said, and even you, it's a choice. Do you, after saying all of that and really think about what you said, do you still think it's a choice? Especially if a person's being string along and all of that, do you still think it's a choice
Yeah, it's still a choice.
and not
You
like the mind being manipulated?
no, it's still a
You
choice.
still choose to be manipulated, so yeah.
Mm. So even if
Yep.
the person's being like tempted every day, like
It's like it's like being content. Like
I like that
I
word,
know
Cat.
that this is not going anywhere, but I'm clinging on to the idea of it becoming something more. So you're accepting the manipulation, but you still want it to be something more, so you try to hold on to it. I've been on that side of the fence too, to where I wanted to be with somebody, but I knew it wasn't going anywhere, but I was still trying to make it more than what it was.
All
And
right.
I knew it wasn't going anywhere, but because I wanted that relationship, I kept trying. Like, I knew, like, okay, it is what it is. I just like being around you. So I'm accepting the fact that this is not going anywhere, but I'm
You're still cool
I'm
peoples.
still trying to pursue you.
Do you not think that most people do that regardless? Say if you you tell a person, hey, look, yo, you cool and all, but this ain't never gonna go nowhere. You don't flirt with them or nothing like that. You still think they'll try? Like even if they're
Hmm.
just stuck in the friend zone, you still think they'll try, even without a hint.
Yep.
Well, damn,
Missy
I
trying to
like
get in
that,
the box.
man. I know she is. Missy got a lot to say today, yeah.
I'm
Hold,
trying
Missy
hold on,
always,
Missy.
not
Let's
even
let's
today. Missy
let's see if
always got a
somebody
lot
else
to
want to
say.
get in the box first.
you know what?
Yeah, 'cause
That's
they
wrong.
got questions for days, yo. And they've been given like been
Hmm.
in those situations
Manipulation,
many
that's something
times.
serious.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
something
look,
serious.
and honey, this is what made me originally ask, like, come up with this topic. I'm at work, and this guy, he's on the phone. Like we're fixing porches or whatever, and this guy, he's on the phone. He's talking to someone, and he's like, "Yo, like someone who's cheated, they might as well just leave that person. They can't say they love that person. Like, why cheat if you say you love this person?" And it had me thinking, yo, I wonder how everyone else feels about that. Like, what would be everybody else's opinion on that? Because I know people who are like, man, nah, like they still love who they're with, married, not married, or whatever. They
Hmm.
still love who they with, though they still
Yeah.
got other temptations everywhere else. And I don't know if that makes it right or wrong, or like if it's just
It doesn't
situations
make it
within a
right.
world, or
It doesn't make it right. It's just a choice that you make. It's a choice that you make. Like everything in life, it's a choice that you make, and you can't. It's always a learning experience. Yes, I've cheated before. Does that mean that I would cheat again? No, I don't think that's 100% true because you're supposed to learn from your mistakes, not continue to make the same mistakes. So if
Mm.
you truly love somebody, then no, you're not going to cheat. But if you know that you want to talk to somebody else, then you have to be strong enough in yourself to know to say and speak up about that or let that person know what you're lacking in that relationship because now it becomes a communication thing.
you
But
think
at the
that's
end of the
true,
day,
honey?
it's a choice.
It's a choice. It's definitely a choice. But Sassy say, if you love somebody, why would you hurt them like that? But I mean, a lot of us, we simple-minded people. We ain't thinking that far ahead. Like we just thinking about the moment. Like it's
And that's what Moss and
what's
Trey
going
said
on
too.
at that moment. We ain't thinking about
Yeah, that's
what
why I
that
said
next person thinking about. Like,
that's why I said
but it definitely
sometimes
happened after the fact.
Mm.
some things happen in a moment. Like I could try to justify it all day, but it's cheating. Cheating is cheating. Like whether I had a realization in the midst of me cheating or what, like I still made the choice to come this far to the situation. Even if I decided and said, you know what, no, I can't do this and it's messed up, or I gotta do, like, I knew all of this prior to even making the attempt to do whatever it was that I was getting ready to do. I already made the decision to do that. It's just now I'm having that realization, that conscious, decision, like, oh, you know what? No, because now I'm thinking about what could or could not happen, or how that person may or may not feel. And sometimes people don't even get to that point to even acknowledge any of that. Like now at this point, I'm in that moment. So I
Yeah.
don't think about that
Hey,
until after it's already done.
yeah, go ahead, let Missy in the box. It's already 11:04. I'm gonna give it 10 more minutes. Kawashi come in here straight ready. She gonna come in here straight ready. Look at her.
No, y'all, listen. Okay, we talk about all of the mindsets and everything. This is the number one reason. It's not that I couldn't have. It's not that I didn't have the opportunity to. It's not that people didn't bring the opportunity to me. This is what I always said in my state of mind. No matter what happens to me, I have to be accountable for what I do. Because when I get in a situation with somebody that I truly care about and want to give my all, like I gave to all the other situations, I don't want that stuff to come back on me.
Hmm.
Karma.
That's the conscious decision that I decided to make in every situation. It wasn't like, oh, she's this good girl and that she just fought temptation every chance she got. The thoughts have crossed my mind. The grass looked like it could have been greener on the other side. People have
That was gonna
known
be
that
my next question for the last
people
10 minutes too, yo.
people have known that I've been loyal, and they have tried their darndest. They have said the right things to try to make me, I knew what I wanted to hear from the other person and everything. They've said nice things to me, and it made me give me the confidence that I needed to realize that in myself. But I always
Hmm.
said, yes, I know what it feels like to be cheated on. So why would I do that to somebody else? Because at some point in my life, somebody is really going to appreciate who I am.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yep.
And somebody's
It's a
really
good
going to give
thing.
me what I need. And I don't want to have that in the back of my head of knowing what I've done to somebody else and sabotage myself, knowing that I can't give the person that's going to give me what I feel like I deserve that backlash, if that makes sense.
Yep, it makes a lot of sense. I totally get what you mean. I get it 100%.
That is the conscious decision that I made. It was not easy all the time. It was not easy even in this last relationship because I was not treated well at
Karma is
all.
definitely real.
I
Karma
was
is
not treated
definitely
well at
real.
all. And other people knew that I wasn't treated well at all. People that were in my own hometown and they be in my inbox, I had to delete them. I had to act like I didn't see them. It was not easy all the time because in me being in that space, I wanted that person to show me what I was giving them and they weren't giving it back to me. And I was giving them chance after chance to show me what I was giving them. And I knew I was giving them that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it wasn't always easy. It wasn't roses, but I had to make a conscious decision to say no, I'm going to do what I would want in a situation, because everybody is not the same. Everybody is not, I mean, there's somebody for everybody, and I do believe that, but I had to make that decision to say, that's why I say all my relationships I did not cheat on them, and I was open and honest as I could be in a situation. I wasn't perfect. I said things to probably make them feel less than at times or whatever, but I was always honest with how I felt about how I was treated, because I wanted it reciprocated. I felt like I kept the communication lines open. So that's
I
why I
told you she was
said,
gonna come in with a lot to say, boy.
but that's why I
I could
said,
dig it
because I
though.
don't want anybody to think, oh, she just do everything the right. No, I didn't. I
Oh no,
didn't
it don't
do
even matter what you
everything.
think at the end of the day.
No, no, no. I didn't do no. But what I'm because it's going to help somebody else too. What I say
All
helps
right.
somebody else. But the reason why I didn't make the conscious decision or the choice to cheat or give in to temptations that were probably thrown my way or not thrown my way or whatever is because I know that at some point when I do get in a real relationship, I don't want what I do to somebody else. I want whatever I do to be genuine. And if I start genuine, that's how I want to finish it genuine, so that I get back genuine. Because whatever you put out is what you get back.
Yeah, my man Dipsey
Agreed.
Fizz said, "Live and learn,
Yes, you live and you learn.
live and learn."
So how come people who wanna quote and say that they are open and honest about the things they do and expect people to be the next way about it? I mean, technically, some stuff that you were open and honest about, this person did the same thing. They just didn't let you know about it.
Then that's not being 100% honest.
That's not being 100 though. That's not just because you
But what's the
okay.
difference? Is what
This
I'm
has nothing to do
asking.
with
What's the
relationships or
difference?
anything. That's like okay, like the lady on my job. This has nothing to do with relationships. This has everything to be with keeping it wrong 100, keeping it real. A situation at work. This lady at work, she been on the job 30 years. I've only been there 3 months. Her version of keeping it real was trying to show up the other person to try to make herself feel like I'm superior. I know because I've been here, I got job security, so you can't tell me nothing. But she still made mistakes like everybody else. She still didn't know everything
Mhm.
and everything like that. And I'm the newbie coming in and I have a strong personality. So a lot of people came to me even though she had been on the job 30 plus years with stuff that she had the knowledge for, but they came to me because my personality was genuine and a little bit more sincere. So she felt like every time a situation came up and I might not have known like she knew, she felt like she had to zero in on the fact that I didn't know it like I thought I knew it to try to make me feel a certain kind of way. So I pulled her to the side today and let her know, listen, you might have been on this job 30 years, but you don't know how to approach people and you're not approachable. And your version of keeping it real is keeping you by yourself in the corner and keeping knowledge that you could be given to somebody else so that we can all work as a team. So just because you keeping it real and you keeping it honest doesn't necessarily mean that you being genuine and sincere enough to be approachable to the situation.
Hmm.
Coming in with your like full transparency. That's I feel like that's being 100 to me. Like just
Being
coming in
vulnerable.
yeah, coming in transparency. Like I'm not ashamed of anything that I've done or have been through. So I don't have any problem with acknowledging those things. But
Right.
some people feel like I don't have to say anything until it's brought up, which I totally understand. Like, yeah, you don't have to make it be known until it's brought up. But I feel like if the conversation comes up, then you should be 100% honest about it. No, you don't have to divulge everything about yourself in that in every moment of every day. But if we all sitting and having a conversation and
Mm-hmm.
something is mentioned, you shouldn't be trying to sugarcoat something or downplay something that you did because you're afraid of what the masses
How it's
might
gonna
think.
look. Yeah.
Right. So I feel like that's being 100. Like it's just coming in transparently and being who you are, regardless of what you feel or think anybody else is going to say or feel about what you have done or what you've been through.
Right.
Y'all
And
making me a
that's
better
keeping it
person
100.
already, yo.
That's keeping it real.
Y'all making me a better person
I,
already,
I,
yo.
I mean, I'm still in awe because I'm like, just because you being 100% honest with me don't mean that don't mean your honesty deserves acceptance. Like, that don't mean just
But
because I
my
may react
honesty,
like, okay, whatever you just said was cool, but in my mind, that don't mean it was cool.
and that's cool.
Yeah, but
Because
How?
just because I'm giving it to you, you don't think it's cool doesn't mean that I have to
yeah,
be I have to worry about whether it's cool with you or not.
right. So
Hey,
to play off of what Honey said, like,
But I
okay,
get
let's
what you're
say,
saying though.
yeah. So say for instance, I like this conversation right now. Like, okay, everybody might not agree with the fact that I've cheated or I feel like the work husband situation. Like, no, you shouldn't have a work husband because you feel like or a work wife
Right.
because you taking out of the other person's pocket and that but that's just me being 100. You don't have to agree with it. You I feel like with you not agreeing with it, you should just say, I don't agree with it. That's you being
Agree to
100. Like
disagree.
I don't agree with that. And that's you being 100. That's you saying I
And
don't
if that
agree
don't
with,
work for you, that just don't
yeah.
work for you.
Then I you don't
hey,
have to accept that person. At the end of the day, I feel like you should accept people for who they are and leave them where they are. If that does not, you know, play play fair with how you move or what you do, then
Right.
remove yourself from the situation. Like, okay, this is who
That
you are.
that's just not working for me. I'ma
Yeah,
just be
and
over here with that. But
that's how.
that doesn't mean that you have to make that
yeah.
other person see it the way you see it. And if they don't see it the way you see it, then something's wrong with them. That doesn't necessarily mean that.
All right, well, look, I
Let
got
Hippie
another
talk.
question. I got another question, yo. And I'm listening to all three of y'all. This is for all three of y'all, cause honey put this in my head. Do you think honesty is always right?
Hell no. They saying it. They saying it right now. It's not
Right.
always right.
So
You
you
telling me
believe
just because you
honesty is
being honest
always
with
right?
me and let me know, okay, you got a work boyfriend or okay, um, I was sitting up here talking at this person at the store today, and we see I'm supposed to be okay, like that's what you're saying, like,
No,
'cause
absolutely not.
that's what I'm hearing
No,
because I feel like stuff that you feel like you have to be open and honest with like that, you should have known in the beginning you shouldn't have done. It shouldn't have been done.
And
Because I
not
don't
even
want you
with
But
coming at
not
me
the
with
everybody
stuff like
knows
that.
that though.
hold on, Missy,
Because
hold
I
on,
just
Missy.
feel like it shouldn't have been done in the beginning.
Cause like, all right,
agree.
even with not just like situations like that, like even with at work, do you think it's not alright to lie sometimes? Cause you gotta take this in account too. It's not all the ways about, well, I'm not gonna say about being right, but you still got other people feelings on the line. Whether you care how they feel about the situation, you're being honest, that's cool. But sometimes you can downplay things. Y'all don't think that's a possible route? Cause like
It just all
a
depends on
simple
what it
lie,
is.
do you think a simple lie is always do you think a simple lie is bad?
What do you
Sometimes.
mean
Not
by
all the
that?
time, but sometimes.
He's saying like a white lie.
All
A
right,
simple lie can turn to something else.
He talking
like
about like a white lie.
So if I told her she was an
yeah,
amazing
not
person,
just
and I know
blatantly.
she wasn't an amazing person, and it was killing our work performance, then no, because I'm lying to myself
That's
to
that's
tell her.
that's one situation. That's one situation. That's kind of
But that's
different.
what I'm saying. Like, what would you want me to say to her? You're
I
you're
think
you're
it's
just
amazing.
just just in general, like say your
I think it's
kids
the
come with
way.
the ugliest drawing, are you gonna tell them, baby, that's the ugliest drawing ever? Like, yeah.
Before
I
you
feel
tell
like
me a
it's the
lie,
way
Or
that
just
you
whether
don't
relate it.
tell
you're
me nothing.
gonna
Because I
you're
remember
gonna be
everything you
blunt.
said. You could have been said a long
Yeah.
time ago. I would never talk to nobody at work. Then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I'll be rapping with these people at work. I should be giving them conversation or whatnot. I ain't nothing. Okay. Wait. Back then, April 2010, you said you don't be talking to nobody at work. What
Right.
happened? What changed? Like that's the type of person I am. I'm like,
I feel like I feel like the way you relate a message determines how
So it'll depend on the situation. Cause
it
you're not
it
gonna
does.
be, no one's honest 100% of the time. I'm not gonna tell my homeboy like, yo,
No, it's I feel like it's the way you relay the message. Like you don't always want to hurt a person's like if you're a compassionate person, you never want to hurt a person's feelings. So you want to try to express it as best as you can so that the message isn't diluted, but
Mm-hmm.
it's gotten like you get it.
Just gotten
Like
through.
yeah,
Right.
like I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to downplay anything that you're you're doing. Like, no, I want to be clear in what I say and how I say it and let you know how I feel about it. But I don't want to hurt your feelings in the process. That doesn't mean that it's not still going to hurt your feelings, but I'd rather be honest about it than to be trying to lie and be around a person who remembers everything and I'm lying about something. Like you said before that you like people that do X, Y, and Z, and I know in my head like I really don't.
hmm,
But because I don't want to hurt your feelings and this is the type of thing that you do, I'm trying to accept it. Like, no, I'd rather just tell you, like, no, I don't like that shit.
hmm. So give me a situation where it's a good time for you to tell a lie and a good time for you to be honest. And this is in general, not just in one aspect, but in general. Like this ain't just like relationship, friendship, work, or this is everything, like all the way around. Even on your simple day-to-day life.
mm,
I don't know. I'm getting to the point where I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. So,
I was getting ready to say, like, do we even
that
have
like,
to lie?
attitude
Could
right
we just
there.
not say
It's
anything?
that attitude right there.
like
No.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I
you gonna
I was
give a
just
you
about
got
to
to give
say
a fuck
like,
about some of that shit. Like
no,
some of
like,
it.
that
I'm
just
just
means you
saying,
don't
like,
care about feelings, period. 'Cause remember, I said in general.
yeah, in general, like, I don't feel the need to stroke a person's ego anymore. Like, I just don't feel like I don't want to have to lie to people. Like I just don't. So I'm just at the point where I'm just either like Missy said, like I'm just not going to say nothing at all and
So
just
you the
remove
so
myself
you the
from the
one
situation,
so you the
or
one when your daughter comes in with that ugly painting, you gonna be like, yo, babe, that's trash. That is trash. Go back in your
when
room
she
and
come
make
home
me
with what?
another drawing. When she come
He
home
said
with
with the
that
ugly
ugly
painting.
drawing, you gonna
Oh,
be
the
like,
ugly drawing.
yo,
So
that's trash.
this is no. I'm not going to tell her it's trash. No, I'm gonna say I like what you did. I feel
What you
like you
did.
should work on it a little more.
That's what you
So
feel.
you gonna give her a little white lie.
That
That's not a little white lie. This is not a little white lie because
This painting is ugly. And you like the fact she
but
made
it
an
might
ugly
see
painting. Like in the back
it's
of your
be
head, you're not like, yo, that's trash.
See,
She's
My
See,
gonna say,
kids,
see, art
babe,
is different.
oh,
See, for
that's
me,
cute.
no, I'm not. I'm definitely not going to give it a all. That's cute.
I'm saying in general, like
I'm
in
gonna
Uh,
start asking questions. I'm gonna
example.
say, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be like, "Were you having a
no,
bad day?"
I
Like,
can't. I'm at the point where I'm teaching her the same thing. Like you should not downplay your feelings to support somebody else's. I don't sugarcoat nothing with my child. Like she makes jewelry, she makes the waist beads, and I tell her how I feel about it. Like
Oh,
I
she
like that
gonna do
you.
it.
I'm glad that you found the interest in create and finding something to create. But me personally, I don't
But
like
it's
that you do it. I don't like it. But I'm glad that you're finding something that you enjoy that you feel comfortable with doing. Continue to work on your craft. I don't like it. That's how I approach the situation. I'm not going to lie to you. If I don't like something, I'm just going to say I don't like it. And at the end of the day, I want you to continue to be who you are. I'm accepting you for who you are, and you move forward with how you want to go about that. Like that's
hey
just where I
yo,
am right now. Like
she gonna go to school, right? She gonna go to school. She gonna be like, the teacher's gonna be like, "Oh, how did your mom feel about your drawing?" She said that shit was trash.
because I feel like I feel like you you have to encourage your child to be or whoever. I don't care who it is. Like you have to encourage people to be who they are. Like period. Period. And work on that in whatever aspect of that you need to work on that. Like just because I don't like that you're an asshole, that don't mean that somebody else ain't gonna love the fact that you're an asshole. I don't like it. And I'm gonna let you know that shit. Like I don't like that you're an asshole. I don't like it. But hey, you might find somebody that loves it. It's just not me.
What happened to compromising?
I like that
Compromise
word, yo. That's a
compromising
good word. Where's the
compromising
compromising in here?
to me, I feel like compromising is where two people are coming to an agreement and making it work.
together.
No, right. It is not to def- is not to make somebody feel better about another situation. No. If we're compromising, that means we're both benefiting from whatever it is that we're trying to solve. It's not one person getting more out of it than the other. We are both coming to agreement like, okay, I don't like the way you do dishes. We need to find another way for us to figure out how we're gonna do dishes. And y'all come and sit down and figure out what that means or how to make both of y'all benefit where it's not bothering the other person and everybody's happy. That's
But how can you
compromise.
do that with a person who don't care about none of that? Like they just do their thing. Like they just them. And yeah. Accept it or don't.
Y'all got 5 more minutes, yo.
Well,
Mm.
I just want to say that when I approached the lady, she told me how she felt. I told her how I felt, and we had a awesome day after that because she understood where I was coming from, I understood where she was coming from, and we compromised. And I got more out of the situation just by speaking up to her because a lot of people feel intimidated because she's been there 30 some years. But had I not said anything to her, she wouldn't have known that what she was doing was hindering the situation, and she realized it and kind of came down a little bit and we worked together.
Okay. Sylvester just said no compromising on with dishes or dirty clothes, right? Okay. So let's say you have a person in your household that only wants to wash their clothes once a month, but you're the type of person that wash your clothes every week, right? There has to be a compromise between the two of you so that y'all not constantly arguing about when y'all going to wash your clothes,
Or the piles or the clothes piling up.
right?
Yeah, because a month
Because
is a long
there are some
time, yo.
people who
That's one
can't
thing I
stand that,
can't agree, yo. I'm not
and
about
I
to
feel
split
like
them
But
joints
that's
in a
the
whole
issue
month.
you have. See, that's different. See, that's
Yeah,
you wanted me to change a lifestyle of mine. That's
right,
different. Like that's different. See,
right,
you if you don't like my
but you,
clothes there, You
Right.
can watch them. Like you
Right.
can,
So
or
that's
I can
That's
why
a
that's
compromise.
relationship.
I can
That's a
that's a
relationship
compromise
topic
that's a
right
and
there.
get them
compromise.
out of your face wherever you're
Right.
seeing them, so you can't see them. But
That's not a
that's a
compromise.
compromise. Like I think that's a
Mm.
compromise. You can't see
But
them.
No.
how,
Now,
but
like you have no
honey,
reason to talk.
but how you think that person feel about that? You telling them, well, you can watch them since you don't like the fact that I want to watch them, or what? For what?
I
I
just
mean, it
gave two
depends.
choices. You can wash them, or you know what? I have them in my room until I get ready to wash.
Yeah, 'cause I'm about to say that depends. If it's relationship wise, like I mean, yeah, you're gonna compromise. Like if you don't like seeing
You
it,
got to.
the male or the female is gonna
It
just grab it
has
and
to
wash
be.
it for you.
Yeah, that's
They're
it
gonna
has to
wash
be
it
a
for you.
compromise.
Now, roommate
Cause I like
wise,
to wash them. I like to dry them. I like to fold them. I don't like to put them away.
like
See, I don't like
like
to fold.
roommate wise, that's different.
I
That's
just hang my
different.
clothes up
Like
because I don't like folding my clothes.
Folding is what's
if you
up.
don't like my clothes in
I
that
mean,
pile,
hanging up is what's up.
I pay bills too. Like you know,
I don't
I have
like
my
folding
clothes
clothes.
whenever I want.
I
Exactly.
wash
You
my
talking about
clothes like I
bills.
wash
So
my
let's
clothes
wash clothes
weekly.
once. Let's
I,
wash clothes once, not every day.
but I used to be the
I'm
type.
not washing them
I used
every
to be the
day.
type who didn't want to
Depends
wash
on if I
clothes
want to wear
and would
something
buy
out of there
clothes.
though.
I would be the type that wouldn't wash my clothes. I would just buy new clothes.
Mm.
So that was
Oh, okay.
worse.
Get on
That's
rid
Right.
of it.
worse, Nina.
I used to be that person. I used to be that person. Now I
My
wash
daughter
clothes
is
every
that
day.
person. My daughter
I
is
used
that
to
person.
like I see my clothes like dang, it's I don't feel like washing them. But that was because I had to go to the laundromat. I don't like going to the laundromat. All that, like no. So I'm gonna just go and buy more clothes for me to wear because I don't want to wash my clothes.
You need
But
a
now I
maid.
wash them weekly. Now I wash my clothes
You need a maid. Like
weekly.
I'm not leaving my clothes, and plus I'm a male, so like I can't leave my clothes for a whole month. I can't. I can't. That shit's gonna stink. Like
A
it's gonna
month?
stink. Yeah, I
A
can't do
month,
that. I
a
can't.
week.
No.
You talking about a
Like
month?
not a month.
Yeah.
A
So I
week.
gotta
Ooh.
wash them. If I don't wash them once a week, or depending on if I'm like I go work out, then I gotta change up. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to wash them at least twice a week, if not once a week, depending on whether I worked out that week or went to work, came back. Yeah, it's gonna have to be twice a week.
I got
Cause
my son washing
them
his once a
clothes,
week.
them
Hmm.
clothes are gonna stink. You got to. I can't. That shit gonna be sour and all that.
Yeah.
Sour balls and
Nah.
stuff. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I know.
Can't
I
do a month.
yeah, I had to
I
wash my
can't.
ex clothes separate from mine. I was like, we just wash your clothes all the way by yourself.
Your perspiration is different than my perspiration.
Yeah, like
I don't
nah.
I don't like that. I don't yeah, I wash your clothes separately. Like no, not washing your clothes with my clothes. I'm just not doing
Hey, and he
Oh no,
probably
we're
felt
still
the
there.
same.
Sis
He
no.
probably
Hey,
felt the same way too.
that
That
brothers
time of the
thing hit
month,
different.
that time of the month, he probably like, yeah, yo, make sure my shit is in there. Like, not with yours though. Like, yeah, too touchy.
This was a very good. I like this
Yeah,
conversation.
it.
y'all done
Yes,
put me past my 5 minute mark, man.
you did.
Look,
You
Way
did.
so
past.
we definitely
But
about to close out on y'all. I got video games to play. That was good. That was good. That was
yes, it
good. That was
was.
good, man.
I appreciate everybody coming through for real, for real. Thank
Definitely appreciate
you.
all the gifts.
Distant Fear, appreciate it, Mike
And if
Mike.
you yeah, if you came in late and you didn't catch anything we was talking about, all the good opinions and questions that was asked, you can also catch it on her YouTube channel. Shout that out real quick.
Cafe Talk Unfiltered Truth. Welcome to the cool table. You can find it on YouTube and also you can find it in my bio. Just click the link. So and you
And
also
we
be
on
able to find the
Spotify with it.
audio. on Spotify. Yes, I was getting there. Thank you.
I got you though. I got you though. That's why you got that backup. That backup. Yo,
Yes,
if that
appreciate it.
9mm ain't shooting, guarantee that 38 gonna save a lot of bullets for you. The shells
That's
are
right.
still in there. I got you.
Yeah, it's a little limited. Just enough.
That,
Just
that's why I
enough.
said 38, cause I be limited as a mug, yo. I be limited as hell. But
Just
I got
enough.
you. But
Thank
yeah,
you,
definitely
everybody.
appreciate
Tune
y'all,
in
man.
every Wednesday for our topics. I have no idea what we're going to talk about next week, but make sure y'all here 10 p.m.
Not
Eastern
yet.
Standard Time. Is always a topic.
Hmm.
So
You
thank
like my
you.
little surprise though?
Yes, it was a good surprise. It was a good
Yeah.
surprise.
Yeah.
It was
Cause
definitely a good surprise.
now you see why I was so like giddy about it. Like, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Hmm.
uh,
I learned a lot, yo. I learned a lot, and you see why I really couldn't say anything. Like I wasn't gonna nothing but asking questions. I have no opinion. I
it
have
was
no
it was good. It
side.
was good.
Yeah,
It was
I
good.
just wanted to ask questions, yo. Like,
But I appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all. Bye.
bye.